Hello and welcome back. So let's continue building our admin dashboard here. And if you can see here on my diagram, we already created our menu, which also you can see in this project here. So I'm going to continue to build the home page. So I'm going to register here, home page. I'm going to add here building home page like that. And also if you check here in my application, or this application that already we have built, you can see we have this home page here where we have these cards that shows the products, orders and users. Also we have these tables, and also we have the part where we can show the total revenue and the total loss. And the last thing part here is we have this graph here, and in this case we are going to use material UI. So after this, now you'll be able to know how to use material UI to create these graphs here. So let's start. So I'm going to go to my code here, and I'm going to cross the menu right now, and I'm going to open the home page. You can see we have the home page here, and this home page is the one that you can see here in our application. So I'm going to start building from here. So inside this div here, I'm going to start by styling, and we have a class name here. First thing that I'm going to give is the styling display flex, because we are going to have the part for the right and left. So I'm going to have also here to justify between, so that they will be side by side but they will be apart. Also I'm going to have a screen, so I'm going to give a full screen, and also I'm going to give a padding of 2, and also I'm going to give a variation of gray color. In this case I'm going to give a variation of 200, like that. So here I will have these two part first of all. So you can see here I have this part here, and also I have this other part. So here I think also right here you can see that we have not like occupied the whole part. This is because I've not given like the whole width. So let me give the whole width also. Yeah, so screen, let's see, yeah, something of the sort. So if I save that, come back here, yeah, now you can see that it occupies the whole width here. Actually I won't be giving the whole width, because you can see here it is you can see there is a scroll here, and I don't want that. So I'm going to remove that first of all. So let's do this. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to have this part here. So let me show you. So I'm going to have this part that holds the cards and the table, and I'm going to have the other part here that holds the total revenue, total loss, and the graph. So I'm going to create those two div here. So I'm going to call this left, so the left side, like that. Let me comment this also. So if I comment that, have a div here, and this one I'm going to call it left, and I'm going to have also the other part here that is right, right part, or right side, and I'm going to also comment on that. I'm going to have a div like that. So, and this one will be right. So let's see how it will look like. So if I save that, come back here, you can be able to see left and right. So now let's concentrate also on the left side here. So for the left side here, we are going to start by looking at this part here that holds these 3 cards here. So let me first of all make sure that I style the whole card. So class name, yeah, let's add a class name. Now for the left here, I'm going to have a flex, and then flex column, because the content will be displayed vertically. And also I'm going to give a width, which is 3, or what we are going to have as 2/3, like that. So if I save this, let's see how it will look like. So right now you cannot see any changes. So after that, now inside here we can have now this part here that holds the that holds the cards. So the cards are displayed horizontally, so I'm going to add here display flex. And then inside here now, let's create the first card, and the first card is this one here. So this first card here. So after that now, after this one, we are going to have now the table. So let me have the table here. The table, actually, let me just comment it. So comment that, and I want to also format my code like that. So after that now, I think, or let me just go back here, because I think this one will affect how I ordered my divs. So let me just create a table, and here I'm going to comment this now, and like that. And then now let's see how we can create a div here. So the first div here, which is a container, let's slide it. So class name here, I'm going to give it a background of white, so bg white here. I'm going also to give like a height of 52, like that. And also we are going to give a width of 52, like that. Also I'm going to give like a margin, which is 5. I'm going to give a width of 60, and I think actually it should have I had already given the width, so let me just give it a width of 60 here, like that. So a margin here of 5, and also I'm going to give a shadow large, so shadow large here, or extra large. Let me just do that. So rounded, I need to have a rounded corner, so this one will be LG, and then flex. I'm going to give the content to be vertically, so I'm going to use flex column, and I'm going to center the item, so item center, and also justify to be center, like that. So let's see if we can see any changes. So if I come up here, you can see that we have this card here, and I feel that this card is smaller than these ones. So I'm going to make sure that I add the width. So for the width here, I can just say maybe 70. So if I save that, I think that's big. So I'm going to just remain with 52 here, and we are going to see how it will align. So let's see now. Inside here, I'm going to create now this ring here. So you can see we have like a chart here inside. So let's create that. So here I'm going to have this part where we have a ring. So let's create a ring here. So class name. So the first thing that I'm going to give is also the height. So height of 32. I'm going to give also the width of 32 here. Also, I'm going to give like a border, but before that I can give the margin. I'm also going to give a border. So a border here, I want to give the border a width, so I'm going to give it 10 pixels. Also, I'm going to give the color of the border. So in my case, the first one will be blue. So, and then variation, I think I can give a variation of 400 for that blue. And also I want to make sure that the border is solid, so I'm going to add border solid and rounded to be full because it's a circle. So rounded to be full, and also I'm going to give flex, the display here to be flex. Item should be center here, and also justify center. So we are going to have also justification to be center so that we can center everything. So if I do that, come back here, let's see if yeah, you can see we have this perfect circle here. So after that, now we can have the content inside that, which is a number. So I'm going to have a heading 2 here, and this one, for example, will be 699 here, and here we are going to have a class name, and then I'm going to give the styling here. So font will be bold, and also I'm going to give texts to add the text font size like that. So if I save that, come back to my application here, you can see it is centered here. And also I want to also give the, after this now I want to have a heading here also, where I can be able to add like, or to show what is this part or this card is displaying the which statistics. So in my case here, I'm going to copy this and paste it here, because for this one here is an orders, for orders like that. And I think now because of this space I can just format my code like that. So we have the table here and we have the right part here. So let me remove also this space. I think this space are too much, so I'm going to remove that. So if I just save this and come back here, you can be able to see that we have orders here, but I think this is too much, so I'm going to just say XL here. And also this one will be let's see, for example, let me first of all remove and give it a font semi-bold like that. So if I do that, come back here to my application here, you can see orders. So I want to copy this and I'm going this card here, I'm going to change according to what I want to display. So add like these three here. So if I look, if you check on that, you can be able to see that we have these three. So you can see here. So I want to change like, for example, this one actually should be for the products. And also this one also I want to change the color here. So for the color here, this one will be red. Let me change here to be red. And this one will be 100 here. And this one should be products. So products like that. Also I'm going to give here another one. This one will be gray. So gray, this should be users. So you can give users also. So for example, you can give 200 or the number that you want. We are going to fetch it from the database when we integrate with our API or our backend. So if I save that, come back here, let's see, you can see that we have these three cards here. So also we are going to create the right part here, but for now let's concentrate now with our table down here. So let's create our table. So I'm going to just scroll down here, and inside here now we are going to create a table. So let me do that. So we have a table here. I'm going to style this part. So here the first thing that I'm going to give is a background of white. Also I'm going to give a margin 5, padding of 5. And also I'm going to make sure that the rounded will be LG here. So that card that holds the table. And then after that, inside here now, let me create another div. So for this div here, I'm going to give a class name. Also here, I'm going to make sure that I give a padding of 6. I'm going to give a background of white like that. And also I'm going to give rounded to be MD, rounded to be medium or MD. So if I come back here, maybe you need to be able to see like a big difference. So you can see here we have that card that you are creating. So after that, now inside here we are going to create now the heading first of all. So the heading here will be heading 3. This one is latest transaction. So latest transactions like that. I want to give a class name here. So class name, and I'm going to have a text to be large. Also I'm going to give font to be bold. I'm going to give a margin bottom of 4 like that. And if I come back here to my application, you can see latest transaction here. So the last thing that I want to, or the other part that I want to do here is to add the table. So for the table here, let me first of all style it. So class name here. So for the table, I'm going to give minimum width to be full, like that. Also, I want to give a table auto. So if you check here, we have this table auto here. And inside this table, we are going to have like the first thing, which is T head, like that. And inside here, we can have TR, our table row. And now inside here also I can have TH, which is table head. And then here we are going to have for customer, the row for the column for the customer. So I'm going to copy this, paste it. So the other one here will be amount and status. So amount, and now the other part here is status, like that. So I want to first of all make sure that I style the this table here, table row here. So I'm going to have a class name here, and I'm going to give a background to be gray. So, and variation of gray of 100. And also I want to give here the styling. So class name, and here I'm going to give padding y of 2. I'm going to give padding x of 4, and I'm going to copy and paste it to the other columns. So let me do that here, and also here. If I do that, come back to my application, you can see that we have this table right here. So let's add now the other part. After this row here, we are going to have now actually this one should be, we should wrap it with the table head. So I'm going to, actually I have already wrapped it, so no problem. So after that, now we can have the table body, like that. So in here we can have the also table row, like that. And I'm going to give styling here. So let me give the styling. So class name here, I'm going to give a border bottom, like that. I'm not going to specify anything else. So here we are going to have the same this like the table data. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here, but in this case now this one will be table data, and it won't be table header. So I'm going to copy this, you can copy this and paste it here. So for this one, if I save that, be able to see now we have this data down here. So what we are going to do now is that I'm going to give the information here. I'm going to copy and paste the information right here. So let's do that. So I'm going to copy from this. So like for the example, the name here, paste the name. So the customer name here. Also for the other amount, so for the amount here, I can give this, can add this here, and also let me paste it here, and I'm going to remove these extra spaces. The other part here is approved or pending. So let me just come up here and add. This one is approved, and also now we are going to make sure that I format this, and then I can copy this and duplicate it. So like that, and then if I do that, come back here, you can be able to see that we have this part here, and you can see that this one is approved, this is also approved, but I want to be declined. So let's have here approved, or decline, like that. And then here I want to give a color. So for example, this one we are going to give a color of green. So text green, and then I think this variation for green here is can give 500, and also that means that we need to give also here the color. So for this one will be red, and a variation of like 500. Also I'm going to give here the text should be green, and 500, like that. So if I save that, come back here, you can be able to see that now we have this table. So this part, don't worry, this part will be okay when we add the right side. So here I have also added now this part here. So let's go to the right side here. So let me come here to the right side, and for the right side here, so let me first of all format my code. So I'm going to remove this text here, and now let's concentrate on the right side. So for the right side, let me first of all make sure that I style the whole wrapper container here, and the first thing that I'm going to give here is a flex, and then flex column, because we are going to display the content here vertically. Also I'm going to give width here to be width of 1/3, so that it occupies the remaining part. Also I'm going to give a padding here to background color to be white, and also I'm going to give a padding of 5, and also I'm going to give a shadow of extra large, and also rounded should be LG, like that. So if I save this, come back to here, you can be able to see that we have the other this other part here, and I don't know why this one is giving us like it is not occupying the other part here. So I'm going to make sure that I come up here, and maybe let's see where the where we are getting this part here. So this is flex. We have justify between. We have screen here, which is the full screen, and also padding 2. And here we have padding PG gray. So I'm going to give, for example, the width here to be 80 VW. Let's first of all see if we can do that. Yeah, you can see it is occupying this part here, but you can see this part is scrolling this part down here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to reduce this to at least 70. So let's see for the 70. I think 70 is small, so I think 75. So let's give 75. So save that, come back here, and maybe 77. I think so. I think that will work now. I think here we cannot be able to scroll, so I think it's okay. So for the other part up here, I think I can also add the width. So let's see. So for this, the other part here where we have the table, so we have the table down here. So for this container here that holds the table, so I don't see if we have added any width. So for this part here, we can add the width and give it, for example, 500 pixels. So let's see where it will. Okay, so let's give also like maybe 700 also, and give it like, let's use the VH. So let's do that. So here I can give 50 VW, that is. Save that, and if I do that, you can see it's occupying this part. So I think this one is occupying the same length with the table here. So we are going to align that in a later video, but right now let us first of all concentrate on this other part here where we have the right side, that we have this card for total revenue, total losses, and then the graph. So let me continue here with the right side. So, and then here we are going to have now the other part where we have the card, the first card here for the revenue. So I'm going to add a div here. Let us style this card. So scene name here. And I'm going to give, first of all, the background to be gray and a variation of gray. So this one will be variation of gray of 50. Also, I'm going to give a padding of 5. I'm going to give a margin bottom of 5. And I'm going to give a shadow here. So a shadow extra large. Also, I'm going to give a rounded LG here. Also, I'm going to give flex, a display flex, and also flex should be column, like that, and then item should be center. So item center. Inside here, I'm going to have a heading, but before that, let's see how it will look like. So you can see this card here. So let's do that now. Let's have that card or the text. So this one will be total revenue here. So let me copy this like that, paste it here in our application, and then let us style now this part. So class name, we are going to give here like the font to be bold, and also I'm going to give text to be extra large twice. So I'm going to copy that, and let's see. Yeah, you can see it's big there, and also I want to add this other part. So for that, I'm just going to copy and paste this down here, and I'm going to make sure that I copy from this one. This is total losses, and paste in our application here like that. And I think actually what I would have done is copy this and paste it here, and then copy this and paste it here, so that you can see the total losses and also the total revenue. So I'm going to format my code here. So if I go back to my application here, you can be able to see that we have the total revenue and also the total losses here. So I want also to make sure that I can add this graph down here. So let's go to MUI or Material UI charts. So Material UI charts like that. And let's see the documentation on how to be able to add the graph. So the first thing here is to go to get started. So get started here, and you can see different charts. So for this case, you can see the first thing that you need to do is to install the Material UI charts here, and I don't know. Okay, so let me copy this, and then after that, inside here, I'm going to add now or to install. So cd into, I want to cd into the front end, and then let me paste it here now, and let us also see the other things that we need to do. So after the installation here, you need also to install other packages. For example, we have this package that is called emotion here, which we need to install. So I'm going to copy that, and after now we have installed the material charts here, I'm going also to make sure that I install this emotion react here and also emotion style, because I think that is the style engine for Material UI. So let's copy and paste this. So paste that, and after that also I need to add to install this style engine here. So style engine of, and then also we can see the usage here. This is the documentation how to display charts. This is a single chart here, and it is a bar chart. You can see how you need to add the information. So let's see if this one has installed. So we have also this, like there's other graph here, and I think this graph is a composed chart, and you can see different chart are embedded in one component here. So let me see if the other emotion package has been installed, and yes. So let me paste also now the style engine here. So let us install the this one here, and then let's see now the graph that we want to use. So in my case here, this is a line graph. So let me look for the lines graph. So here is an overview. So I'm going to come up here, lines overview, and you can see different line chart here. So the one that I want to use is, I think, down here. So let's see. So I'm going to scroll down here. Yeah, this one, this is what I want to use here. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it where I want to use it. So copy that, and I'm going to actually paste it down here. So after we have these cards here, we can have now our chart here. So I need also to make sure that I import the data. So let me have the data. So because I don't have the data right now, and first thing that you need to do is to make sure that I can be able to import it. So in this case, because I don't see the importation for the line graph that I'm using, I'm just going to take one of the importation and then customize. So I think here I don't have the example, and let's do that here. So let me just come up here in my page, and I'm going to import that like that. Actually, I think I have not copied the importation. So let me just come up here and import again. So copy that, and again let's add it here. So I think, oh, actually I have already added here. So this one I'm going to add the line chart. So I'm going to import the line chart like that, and I think this one also should be from line chart also here. So that's how you import so line chart. So let me see if that is the naming down here. So line chart, yeah, it's line chart. So the other thing that I want now is the data set. So let's see if we can get the data set now. So for the data set here, so I don't see if any data set that we can use, but let me check if I can see any data set here. So I think we can use the data set here. I don't see it, so let me check here for the data set. So now I've checked for line chart that has already data set, so I'm going to just copy and paste it here, and I'm going to format my code and see if the line chart will now be able to be displayed in my dashboard. So if I do that, I think yeah, like it's loading, and I think there's an error or something. So let it load, and I cannot be able to see now this line chart here. So I think there's some problem or something. So I'm going to uh, first of all remove this line chart here, and let's see, and let's see here. So for the line chart, and I'm going to make sure that I remove this like that, and also this the importation up here like that. Let's see now. So if I save that, would be done, then reload here, you can be able to see that we have displayed now our dashboard. So that means the problem is coming from the display of line chart. So let's also now I have confirmed for the importation, and I'm going to do that. So let's import here the line chart. So you need to import like this, and this is a line chart here from material UI, X charts, and then line chart here. So that's where the one of the problem was coming from. So here also, let's add now the other line chart here now. So the actual graph, so I'm going to paste here. So for this part here, already I have this data, so I'm going to just save that, and you can see it now we have displayed our graph. So I don't want this video to be longer than this, but in the other video we'll be looking at how now this card here can be of the same width with our table here, or we can reduce the table or make sure that this card cover the whole width of the table here. So have a great day. Remember to like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure that to turn on the notification bell. So see you on the other video. Have a great day.